Hello, hello.
No, we're not talking about Casa. We're talking about Casa.
Good morning, everyone. Could I ask those who are joining the session to please take your seats? Thank you. You're very welcome to the QRDI Pavilion. And on behalf of the QRDI Council and our partners from Spain, CDTI, we're delighted to have you with us this morning for this session, which is Qatar-Spain Innovation B2B Success Stories. My name is Sarah Jane Hutchinson, and I work with the QRDI Council here in Qatar. We are the National Research and Innovation Funding Agency, and so we support scientific research and increasingly enterprise-led development and innovation. And I, alongside my Spanish counterpart, Jose Manuel Duran, will be moderating the session this morning. Jose, do you want to say hi to everybody?
Hi, everybody. Thank you, Sarah. This is Jose Manuel Duran from CDTI, Spanish Innovation Agency. We belong to the Ministry of Science, Innovation, and Universities, as Sarah said, counterpart of QRDI in this bilateral R&D program between Qatar and Spain.
So the focus over the next 35 minutes or so is to explore how, in practice, the CASIP program, which is a bilateral program between our two agencies, has been supporting innovation partnerships between companies in Spain and companies in Qatar. And we really want to bring to life the experience of our panelists to show what it can look like in practice, particularly for companies like yourselves here this morning. Because coinciding with the discussion this morning, we are delighted to launch the third cycle of CASIP. So from today, from this morning, the program is open for new partnerships from companies who wish to collaborate on the Qatar side and the Spanish side, which means not only do you have the opportunity to work alongside an international peer and co-develop an innovative solution, those successful applicants will also receive financial support from QRDI and CDTI. So we invite you to explore the program via the QR code, and Jose and I, and indeed the extended QRDI and CDTI team, are here to discuss the program in more detail. But the focus now for the next 30 minutes or so, as I say, is to hear from the masterminds of the current collaborations, and that's our distinguished panelists. And post the panel discussion, we will be joined by 4 companies from Spain who will each provide us with a 2-minute pitch with a view to forming a partnership here with the Qatari company for the purposes of pursuing CASIP. So lots to get through, and with that, let's get started. We'll kick off by getting to know our panelists a little better. Dr. Amar, I'll start with you. Please tell us a little bit about yourself, your role, and indeed your organization here in Qatar.
All right, so thanks very much for having us here. I'm Amal Huwairis. I'm the head of technology and innovation at the Gulf Organization for Research and Development here in Doha in Qatar. We're a non-for-profit semi-governmental organization here, and our focus is mainly on sustainability and climate action in the built environment, where we run a different number of activities. And my focus is in the institute, where we do research, development, and innovation.
Jesus?
Hello, everybody. My name is Jesus Lama. I'm the CEO of the company Xenon Innovation, and Our main activity at Xenon is developing sensor technology and application for the use in industrial, energy, healthcare application. We work actively in developing solutions for different sectors like energy. We work for fusion nuclear. We have in technology for developing sensing of lung cancer or disease, and this is main of our work.
Alfonso.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Alfonso Garcia. I'm the General Director of Pandatatech. There is a Qatar-based private company specialized in the development of data processing pipelines and AI models for several different sectors.
Jose?
Good morning, everybody. My name is José María Alzaga. I'm the CEO of Vector Comunicaciones. My company works in the telecommunication and innovation technologies market, providing engineering, tracking projects, and post-sale services to our customers. And we are experts in solutions for critical communications in the healthcare sector and others.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you for those introductions. Now, let's delve into the heart of this morning's discussion a little bit, which is your individual and your collective experience with the CASIP program. So, Dr. Amar and Jesus, as innovation partners, I'll ask you, what prompted you to apply for CASIP? What has your experience with the program been, and how has it been a good fit for your respective organizations? Perhaps, Dr. Amar, you'll go first.
As I mentioned, we're a research and development institute. We've been around since 2009. Our initial kind of activities were mainly on running research grants and focusing on the technology push side of innovation. And more recently, we were trying to find ways in which we can really improve the innovation pathways for the technologies that were starting to become quite mature in our portfolio of technologies. And I think one of our technologies was one where we found a way to actually produce carbon nano and micromaterials in a quite reliable way into different morphologies and different sizes. And we were trying to find ways in which we could actually apply that production technology or products into ways that might actually benefit industry. Through a kind of serendipitous process, we were testing the application of this technology as a catalyst with another institute here called Kiri, who then were actually speaking to Jose about the CASIP program. I think you have a service that you have that's called the Partner Search, where through Kiri we were able to actually be matched with Xenon, where we had a brainstorming session. It was actually a few more entities involved. There were 2 entities on the Qatari side, 2 entities on the Spanish side, and even an industrial partner, where we had a number of brainstorming sessions that led to us to actually develop what became the initial proposal for the application. But as I mentioned, this application was in a kind of state of flux throughout of it. And I think one of the big benefits of the CASIP program was how many touch points we had with the CASIP team and how they kind of supported us the whole way through.
Fantastic. Thank you, Dr. Amar. Jesus, you and the team at Xenon, it sounds like, have been a fantastic partner to GORD. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience and perhaps some of the unique qualities that Dr. Amar and the GORD team bring to the partnership?
Yes, we started the collaboration because we need some access to the market of oil and gas, because we have technology and we have sensing technology, but we have 2 lacks at this moment. One of the lacks was this access to the market, and the second is that we need some help in the research in the assignment of nanotechnology that we need for implementing the sensor. So we started the collaboration through a call of collaboration coming from GORD, and we contact through CDTA to GORD, and we see that we can collaborate in this way, making this partnership with them.
Sure, and really interesting to hear the geographical significance of Qatar for your particular organization in the context of access to those particular industries, oil and gas on the ground here. Great. Alfonso and Jose, I'll come to you now. I'm really interested to hear about your motivation as an innovation partnership to pursue CASUP and how it has supported your innovation efforts.
Well, in our case, it was very easy to find the right partner to carry on this project. We went straight for the leader in the market, but honestly, I thought at first that they were about to dismiss our proposal. On this regard, I think that the support of both CDTI and QRDI was key for them to trust that Qatar could develop the technology that was necessary from our side in order to make this project a reality. What were we looking for when we were trying to find a partner? Well, as you know, we as a company have a team of experienced engineers with very strong and solid theoretical foundations, but we needed a company with domain knowledge in the healthcare sector and that is able to collect all the data that we need in order to train our models. You know, our technology sounds very fancy, but in the end, this is all about finding patterns in data, and this data is critical and is necessary in order to achieve our goals. And I would like to remark that this project has not only been one shot, but it has allowed us to establish a partnership and start some collaboration beyond this project. And I think that this is part of the legacy that CASIP program can offer to both Qatari and Spanish companies. And this is something that I encourage everyone to think about. When they choose a partner, they need to think in the long term, because this can work as a leverage in order to build this long-term relationship between our companies and our countries.
Absolutely. Thank you, Alfonso, for that. I love that idea of the legacy of the project, because these initial collaborations are so important in and of themselves, but equally, and perhaps more importantly, the company's ability to build on that for future success. Thank you. Jose, I'll come to you, please. Alfonso has spoken quite highly of Goter as a partner in CASUP, and I get the sense also that Alfonso can be quite persuasive. So I'm keen to understand, what did convince you to partner with Pandata for the purposes of this program, and how has that impacted your innovation approach?
Okay, to answer this question, let me give some information about Rotor Communications and what was our challenge regarding with the innovation. As I mentioned in my introduction, Gotor is the leader in the Spanish market, of healthcare market, providing to our customer engineering and project deployment. And our projects are composed mainly of hardware devices and commercial applications. And when we deploy a project in a customer, our IT systems generate a big amount of data, of user interaction activities. And our challenge in the innovation side was to improve our services to our customers thanks to that data management. So in this point, we have the opportunity to collaborate in the QASIP program with Pendata, with Alfonso. And what did we find in Pandata partnership? As said Alfonso, they have a high experience in software data management development manage, and it was very easy to get in touch. So we were two complementary companies, the hardware and the projects deployment company, that was Gotor, and the software development company, that was Pendata. So as a conclusion, this partnership to my company has allowed to deploy our innovation strategy, providing to our customers new value-added services.
Excellent. Thank you, Jose. The resounding message I'm hearing, certainly from all of our panelists, is the importance of that solid partnership as a foundation for this program. So if we take that as a baseline and a given, let's look at the individual projects a little bit. So Dr. Armour, I'll come to you first. Tell us about the project specifically with Zen, and maybe pull on some of the innovative components and some of the key progress to date.
Sure. So, as I mentioned, we had this capability to produce a material that would be or a process that is very adaptable to produce different kinds of materials for different applications. Very early on, when we had this brainstorming session with Jesus involved, we were kind of discussing the kind of different needs that would be required for what were the requirements of xenon, which were a low cost and high sensitivity gas sensor. So from the very beginning of the project, we decided this should be a very kind of fail-fast approach that we should take. So from the very beginning, we started developing different options of materials that we could immediately start sending off to Xenon for them to, first of all, kind of get a feel for the material. So for us to really understand, first of all, are there going to be any difficulty in terms of the logistics of sending materials between Qatar and Spain? We of course, would use different techniques like modeling against the different gas species that during the brainstorm session our industrial partner kind of drew our attention to as what would be the most interesting gas species for us to develop as a gas sensor technology for the oil and gas industry. But yeah, I would say for us, in terms of the innovative components of the project, is that we took this very iterative, fail-fast approach to allow us to, from very early on, to develop pathways within this short project.
Excellent. Thank you, Dr. Armour. Jesus, I wonder if you could tell us a little bit about the real-world applications of what you are co-developing together.
Yes, the objective of the project is to get a sensor with low cost and wearable. That means that we can implement a sensor that can be put in the person to improve the safety and the environmental control in different industrial sectors, oil and gas and other industries. So this is the main application that we want for this project. The use of nanomaterial that Gore is developing allow us to introduce in the sensor sensing mechanism that can allow this objective and to get this product in the market. So different application, oil and gas. We can use the kind of sensor also to detect some gases produced by the person or the one person to in case of hand disease. So it has very horizontal application in case that we reach the objective that we have in the project. Combining nanotechnology and combining flexible substrate, we can develop very, very low and wearable sensor to improve this.
And at a very low cost also. Jose from CDTI, I'll hand over to you.
Thank you, Sarah. Let's continue with Jose Maria. Jose Maria, I would like you to explain to the audience what's the core innovation of your project and how the CASI partnership helped you to tackle or to cope with this challenge.
Yes, of course. Making focus in the healthcare market, our main goal was to evolve our portfolio of solutions to the customers so we can provide value-added services based on the data management. The partnership with Pandata has provided to us the possibility to do the data collection of the nurse call system of our customers, the intelligent manage of this data, get them back to the digital devices on premise on customers, and make some execution of some commands or some actions in order to provide new services, in order to improve people activities. So we are with this partnership. We are proud because it has provided to Gotor the ability to execute our innovation strategy and to provide to our customers this value-added with the data management.
Thank you, Jose Maria. Alfonso, as partner of Jose Maria, I would like you to give all the details, maybe from the Qatari side, about the technological challenge of the project. And you have mentioned the importance of the partnership, not only in terms of technological challenges, but also in terms of confidence, IP, other things. So I would like you to give us a bit more information about the technological challenge and how CASIP and the partnership is important itself.
Well, I think this is very interesting because when we all think about innovation, we usually think of it about being a total disruption of a certain sector. But there are some others, such as healthcare, when you have those reliability requirements that demand more evolution instead of a radical change. And we have built our solution on top of a hardware, that is the nurse call system, that has always been there at every room, every hospital, every elderly home. And it was a hardware that had evolved from a purely electrical system into a smart device, but realized together that it was a kind of hub that could collect all the data that was being generated during the healthcare procedures, and then synchronizing it with the cloud, collect all that data, train AI models, run inferences over those data, and then sending them back to these devices to deliver the value that all the professionals needed. And in order to do so in a reliable way, we have been developing a novel end-to-end encryption system that comprises as well the inference part of the whole cycle. So this means you use encrypted data as an input, you have all the layers of the models encrypted as well, and the output is encrypted, so the privacy of the users, the patients, and all the sensitive information is fully preserved during the whole flow. And we are very proud of what we are achieving together. And I think that part of this success is not only because of the theoretical approach that we have taken, but because of the mix of cultures that we have created by partnering with a company in Spain. At the end of the day, Spain is the bridge between Latin America and Europe, and Qatar is the bridge between the Arab world and South Asia. And I think that we have enriched each other's team, and even our perspectives that change very much because of this everyday work that we have been conducting together. And I think that this is something that is also a legacy from this program, for our companies for sure, but this can be a value added for any other applicant in this third round that is opening right now.
Thank you also for these words. We are closely finalizing this success story session. Before finishing it, I would like you to give your word, an advice to those attending the meeting that might think about submitting a proposal or building a partnership with Qatari or Spanish entities. So, Dr. Amar, I would like you briefly to give something, a piece of advice of the attendees here.
Sure. Coming from the academic side, I would say if you've already developed the technologies, technology shows promise. Before you go to CASIP, do some sound market research. One of the good resources that I really like is the business model canvas. Just to ask your questions about which segments are you targeting, do you have a go-to-market strategy, and so on. Because in any case, once you've actually gone through the business model canvas, you'll already have some answers for what will already be in the application and what will also be asked of you in the actual evaluation as well, the evaluation interview later on in the application. That's what I would say.
Thank you very much. Jesus, please.
Okay, from the Spanish side of the companies, I recommend to go to this program because make able to the companies to start a collaboration with a very strong capability that the people here at Qatar has concerning with the technology. The second point is to access to the market from the Spanish company collaborating with a company in Qatar in the program. We can access to market in this area, economical area, and this possibility. And the third point that could be is the challenge to work in a multicultural way to work in technology that is different that we have in our European ecosystem.
Thank you, Jesus. Jose Maria, please.
Yes. In my case, there are two main points. First one is the international collaboration is possible thanks to the CASIP program, in this case between Qatar and Spain. and the Spanish company has the opportunity to find companies which collaborate and which can cover some activities of the company with successful results. And in the particular case of Qatar Communications, this program has provided an improvement of the skills of the teams that has worked with Alfonso's teams.
Thank you, Jose Maria. Finally, Alfonso.
Well, as a Spaniard that has been living in Qatar for the last 6 years, what I would say, especially to my colleagues in Spain, is that they can find in Qatar far more than what they expect at the first glance. Qatar is a country that is committed to innovation, that has a growing and vibrant private sector that is driving innovation and can support Western companies, especially Spanish ones, with teams of engineers that are very experienced in theoretical approaches to solve real-world problems. And on the other hand, that can help to face some challenges that can have a social impact. And I think this is very important when we talk about innovation. The Qatar Vision 2030 is focused in building this knowledge economy, facing these challenges that the entire world is facing. And in our case, what we are doing is not only developing technology. What we are doing is try to help to deal with the aging population challenge that the whole world is facing nowadays. And I think that any Spanish company looking for a reliable partner with top technology development and willing to face or to help to face one of these challenges, Qatar is the country they should look for.
Thank you, Alfonso, and thank you to all of you because all the information and advices you gave us. After listening to you, we realized that the CASI program is not only innovation, it's only impact, it's also impact, it's also market, and it's also partnership and confidence. Also expanding our technologies beyond our borders. Thank you very much. Please give an applause to our speakers. And I will invite them to leave the stage, and I will invite the other 4 Spanish companies that came today to give the pitch. Please leave. Please, the 4 Spanish companies that will give their speeches today, join us.